Hello. I believe that if the information that I'm going to share with you is something that you did not know before, then it's quite possible that you have ordered, if you were yesterday in bar or restaurant, you ordered something that you did not quite like as much as if you would have known the information that I'm going to share with you here, and you would have ordered exactly the thing that you would know that you would have been liking. Wow, what a awkward way of setting out the hook. Well, I'm very positive that in my next videos I'm going to be slightly better placing setting the hooks than what I'm doing now. Okay, so you're watching Human Enhancement with konstantin.fi channel, and this video is going to be about how to enhance yourself as a bar and restaurant client, and how to understand what you want and who you want to please, and what kind of order you should make. This chapter, this video, I got an idea of by after reading the book of Predictably Irrational. It is by Dan Ariely. Uh, I think this book it's like a modern Bible. It helps you understand your actions and ways and situations that we modern people live in, and you then learn to control your actions and and the way you are as a human being in different environments. And this book gives you answers to why you might make mistakes, why you have done irrational decisions. I have also wrote a 6-minute read blog post about this subject. You will find it on konstantin.fi, and it is done exactly with the same message, and probably you are going to consume much less time of yours by reading it because it's 6 minutes and this video is probably going to be like 15 or something. But if you like me, then just stick around and look how I suffer in front of the camera. So that's the reason for this chapter. I'd like to train myself as a public speaker and like to be able to speak more freely. So the Dan Ariely and his friend, they conducted a study in a bar for 100 tables. Those tables had, I don't know, probably 2 to 4 to 6 clients each table. For 50 tables, they approached the table as normal waiter. They asked out loud the order, and the table party said the order consequently. Like one said this, another said this, and third said that. And then they also hanged a questionnaire for that table. In that questionnaire, the clients, they wrote out how much they liked their whatever they ordered. For the 15 next tables, Dan Ariely approached that table by asking the order silently. Not silent, well, yeah. He asked the clients to write down their preference, what they want. Write it on a paper, and then pass the paper silently to the waiter so that the table party would not know what others ordered. And what the results and the study showed that those who order privately actually enjoy much more their beers and food than those who order it out loud. The reason for this is the trait that especially human in Western societies, in societies where uniqueness and individualism and being special is often motivated and recommended, such people like me and you we often tend to want to be special and different. And when our table is ordering something that, let's say, well, like our friend number one orders Pilsner, and then the second one orders wheat beer, and then the third one orders amber, and then we as a final person who to order think that, well, I would have wanted to have a Pilsner, but since the whole table already took something else, I'm going to just take this. I'm going to order Fanta, even though that I don't want Fanta that much, but I'd like to show my friends that I am a special individual and, strong human being. This was actually the finding of the study, which flips other way around. If we go to the Dan Ariely and his friend, they also conducted the study in Hong Kong, and that's in Eastern society, where being part of the group and being similar to the group is much more preferred than to those who are in Western societies. And there, humans made the same exact mistake. They ordered the same products, what their table ordered, but even though when they wanted to order something different. And so they also, like this willingness to please our table is so strong, to please not the table, but the party that we have, that we are with, the friends that are in front of us, or colleagues or boss or somebody who is interviewing or somebody you want to impress. This need of impressing someone is so strong that it actually affects that what you are ordering, although that you know deeply inside that I'd like to have something else, and it actually affects your dining enjoyment. Now there was one outlier in the out loud groups. The person who ordered first enjoyed his beer and food just as much as those who ordered in silent. This actually is a solution for controlling this phenomena, controlling this problem. You have three possible ways of actually getting something that you really want in the bars and restaurants. First of all, before the waiters come, make up your mind and pick up something and stay with that, because that's most likely the right beer and right food for you that you want at that moment. Do not change your mind. Now, if you fear that the pressure from the group and your need to comply and please them is so strong that you are going to change your order, another possible way is to say your order out loud before the waiter comes. That, guys, I know what I'm going to order. I'm going to order Pilsner. Now, if you do this, you will set much higher barriers for you to overjump them and order something else. And not only that, but it also kind of protects you from portraying yourself as being a moody person or somebody who is not very special, as in Western cultures we tend to like and recommend all people being special. So by saying out loud what you want, you portray yourself as a special, strong person that you know exactly what you want, even though that somebody else is also going to order that, right? Because you already said that, so it's like a kind of protection. And yeah, it's a protection for you. The third possible way to overcome this problem is by placing the order first. As I said, that those who ordered in out loud group, those who placed their order first, they enjoyed their beer and food just as much as those who ordered in the silent groups. Now that you know that many of us often want to please our friends and the group that we are within in the table, you can start to control yourself. You can start enhancing your personality and you can start even enhance your bar and restaurant experience. One thing that I'd like to close this video with is an idea that we could have in restaurants and bars. And that's simple, based on the information that I shared with you now, is to have a deck of index cards and pens on a table, and that on those pens, papers, we would write what we want. And so we are going to change our order from out loud to a silent order. It's simple as that. And I know that nowadays many restaurants are using QR codes for placing the order. I do not like that. When we go to the restaurant, that is our moment of having freedom from cooking or going to a shop, grocery shop, and buying beer, and also freedom of screen time. Now, when we go with friends to a restaurant where there is a QR code that everybody is picking up their phone and start scanning the QR code, we expose ourselves to all those notifications that are on the phone that disturbs our concentration. And then also this connection in the group breaks because everybody starts to look at the phone and are concentrated on, like, in the screen. You know, when you are with your friend and your friend picks up the phone from their pocket and starts to do something else, you feel lonely. This is exactly what I also felt when I started doing a QR code order. Now, that is a bad habit. I believe that this breakage of connection do not happen when we have paper in front of us, which is strange. I do not know why it doesn't happen, but if we would have make the order on a paper, it's like, I think the difference here, and now I'm going to a bit sidetrack, but I'm just kind of want to give a little bit room for my thinking. I think the difference is here is like when we are making order by paper, on a table, is similar to having a group of people playing a tabletop board game. And when we are doing the QR code order, that is similar of having a group of people being around the table, and each of them is having a pad or a phone, and they are playing a mobile game. Even though that they might be playing it together, but it's still like they are in their separate bubble. That's it. Thank you for watching. You're watching Human Enhancement with Konstantin. See you in the next video.